Footage is everything. Most women will tell you that.
No!
Oh! Oh! Well, here we are. My second attempt at Between Two Skulls. This is my first time with a live guest and some real questions to present to my live guest, Mr. Texas Toast himself,
Hi, Mike.
Matt Flaherty.
Thanks for having me on.
You're welcome. You're probably going to regret this, but I think as is normally expected,
Well, so far so good. Plus, $10 is $10.
we're going to start off with a couple obscure questions, and I hope you
Okay.
don't mind them.
No.
Why did you name your company after grilled bread?
Well, Lone Star Guitars was already taken.
That's simple enough for me. Is there any particular bread that would best categorize what you do? Would it be marbled rye, white, sourdough? If you could put something there with that, what would it be?
Do you remember that band, Bread?
Oh, yeah.
I think that's what really is where we like to live.
Okay.
I'm not really a fan of their music, and I don't know any of their songs, but still, I think that's where I want to be.
Do you think that they were talking about money and not necessarily bread?
Who?
The band Bread.
Oh, I don't. Like I say, I've never really heard any of their songs before, but,
okay.
I think that would be. I don't know. No, I don't think they were.
I don't think bread was just like a real optimistic way of presenting yourselves, like we're going to make some fucking money in this band?
No.
Okay.
No, I think they were really talking about like a loaf.
Oh. Pinch and loaf.
Yeah.
All right. Why do your guitars have so many necks, Matt?
Well, it's easy, really. Sometimes bass players are really like they kind of want to stand out, so they wear the crazy outfits, or they don't wear shoes, or they talk a lot on the microphone, or they really try to kind of draw attention to themselves. And guitar players are busy. They've got a lot of stuff to do. So like they're busy playing a lot of notes, where bass players, they just sort of ride that A string and sort of act a fool. So the more necks you have on your guitar, the higher the likelihood is that you'll be seen.
Do you feel like the multiple neck aspect of the instrument is a way to distract away from your lack of ability?
From your bass player's lack of ability. Yeah, like I say, it's got everything to do with drawing attention away from the bass player,
Gotcha.
who has no business being that much of a fixture on the stage, and put the attention back on the guitar player where it belongs.
Have you ever been on stage playing a G, doom, 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 and somebody in the band is yelling, A, A, A?
No.
No?
But what has happened is I was supposed to be playing on the 7th fret, but I wasn't, and I kept hearing B, B, and I thought there was a bee by me, and so I'm swatting, and it was at a party, and that really did happen.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, but like on my bass, I don't even tune the G string. I really don't, because I don't need to. I don't ever play there. I don't even need to have the D.
Have you ever considered like not having any strings at all, but simply going up to the microphone and humming the note?
Not until right now, but yeah, that would be pretty cool. You know why? Because I play with a lot of fuzz, so I could probably just go up to the mic and go, and just make that sound.
I think you'd be onto something. You might have to come up with a cool name like Bread for the band, though.
I would need
Dough.
Dough.
Make a good dough.
Yeah, because that would work on 2 levels.
And why is it that bread and dough both equivalent to some form of an acronym or synonym for cash?
I think it's the bakery industrial complex.
Okay, I'll buy that. All right, and my last stupid question for you, Matt, as it stands right now, is what is your favorite shade of gray?
Boy. I really like tan. Can I change it to tan?
We can. We can.
Like a taupe or a beige is my favorite.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that pretty much wraps it up for this second segment of Between Two Skulls. And thank you, Matt, for putting up with my stupid questions.
Thanks for having me on, Mike. This was a lot of fun.
Maybe we should drink more beer.
That's a great idea.
All right. Cheers.
What happened to the guitar?
We forgot to talk
Okay,
about
so
the guitar.
oh wait a second. Let's grab that guitar.
Okay.
So let's do it. Wait a second. Let's call this the PS.
We
The
forgot,
postscript.
we forgot to talk about the guitar.
Yeah, come back and
Should
say.
be like, yeah, we forgot to talk about the
We
guitar.
forgot to
Yeah.
talk about the guitar,
Yeah.
and then we'll.
And then,
Yeah.
and then can we show it off?
Yeah.
If you feel
There we
like
go.
you have to.
Okay, we're still rolling.
Yeah, that's why you didn't stop. Okay.
So, in my efforts to cover all the stupid questions that I had for Matt, I failed the most important thing of
It's
this,
hard. Sometimes
this
the
interview.
questions are hard.
Really, I was up all night trying to think of what questions to ask him. My wife put them together in 2 minutes. It was
That's
great.
good.
We'll talk about something that you're well known for. You
Okay.
catch a lot of shit for it, too.
Yeah.
You
I
do.
wipe real good.
Yeah. But, there's very few people who can get away with putting a tablecloth on an instrument and making it look so sexy as well as Matt does.
We do it all the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Hey, you want to see one?
I do. Let's break it out.
All right. This one's one of my favorites
Oh, yeah.
because it's got leopard on it, and I really like cats.
And it really has that kind of like double entendre going on with the stripper chick cutout here.
The mud flap girl is
Yeah.
cool, and it lights up too.
Really?
Yeah,
Is that
when
what
you got
oh, you got to plug it in to
you got to
ground
plug
it
it
out.
in. Yeah, it turns on. The lights come on when you plug it in, and the lights go out when you unplug it.
Sweet. And you have done so many of these that I sometimes feel offended because I feel like you're competing with my ability to put artwork on guitars.
Oh,
But when I realize how difficult it is to find that right tablecloth,
one thing that you told me a long time ago is it's not a zero-sum game.
that's right.
You know what I mean? So yeah. Plus, if you painted this, that'd be a real.
Oh, I wouldn't want to.
No one would want to do that.
Yeah, no, I'd probably get about this far into it, about 2-inch square, and I'd be going,
And
what
you'd
the
be
hell?
like, let's glue some fabric.
Yeah,
to the
let's
top.
call Matt and get some fabric. But do you find that Carrie Ann is more involved with going into the Joanne fabric store, or do you find yourself comfortable as a heterosexual male going into the fabric store and scrounging through, dress pattern fabrics and stuff like that?
You might be surprised.
I would be.
Oh, yeah. One of the things that I want to have be a legacy for me is a bunch of dusty guitar builders going into the fabric store and wandering around and scaring all the old ladies.
I think you really could be starting that trend, and and I am always impressed with how well you apply them. Have you thought about trying other things like women's panties from the Super Tent store? Maybe...
One thing that we like to do is I call it the wet T-shirt guitar,
Mhm.
and it's boobs, and then a T-shirt, and then you put the paint on it, and it turns it into a wet T-shirt. Because I'd like to think my whole life is a wet T-shirt contest.
And that's nothing wrong with
It's
that.
not, but I would like to think that it would be.
Well, we are very happy that you had a chance to share some of your intimate thoughts with the application of the material on the guitar, which you are by far the master. And
I'm glad you had a chance to talk to me.
And it's a resurgence. I mean, Fender, did this 50 years ago? That was their big deal?
I think that Fender used to use paper, but I want to say ESP and a bunch of other people used fabric in the 80s, and we're not the first people to do it, but we're the best people to do it.
I think so. I think you guys have definitely brought it back from the tablecloth.
They're the first and the worst.
Who's that?
The other people who came first.
Right.
We're the
secondest
latest and the
bestest,
greatest.
Beckendest. Yes, I like it. I like that.
The Beckendest.
Yeah.
No. I think that. Hold on. They were the first and the worst. We're the latest and the greatest.
That's perfect. Yes, that sums it up well. Well, be sure to check out Matt and Chris. Don't want to leave Chris out because he's a fighting force over here. He mans the booth and smells all the fumes. And, these guys put out cool products. So check them out. at Texas Toast Guitars. And what toast would that have been again? Just bread, right?
Sourdough.
Sourdough.
Oh, I like biscuits too.
Biscuits are good. I see how you guys work over those biscuits.
And hey, you know, some people like pizza crust. I am one of those people.
I like pizza crust.
It's got to be the right kind though.
Yeah.
If it's too doughy and too thick, I don't like it anymore because my wife is from New York.
That can be a conflict.
She's a pizza snob.
Well, until next time on Between Two Skulls, I'm Mike. This is Matt. We're out of here.
I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. All right. Well then,
So-
I got even less.
Right. That's even perfect.
So this is your new talk show,
Right.
and this is your first live guest, and you introduce him, and then you go right into some
All right.
off the wall questions.
And we can stop and cut periodically if you need to. If you want
What?
to set up, we can edit this one.
Yeah,
'cause
no,
we're not
just,
doing
I'm going to
live.
leave it going because I know
Right.
that you'll say something funny if I turn it off.